Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are going to be going through the brakes. I am at least going to tear into the driver's side brakes, front and rear. We will see how long that takes us and how much it fights us, really. I may get to doing the master cylinder today too. I have a bunch of parts ordered for this thing, including some more stuff for the engine, new water pump, since that was squealing bad last time. Eventually we will get to tearing down the rocker assembly, because I did check that after I made the last video. I am not getting any oil through the rockers, so that will all get torn apart in another video. But today it's going to be the brakes, and we are going to start on this front corner. I'll get this thing jacked up, get the wheel off of it, and then we'll go from there. And I have already loosened this bolt holding this hubcap on, so I know that's not going to fight me too much. Kind of an interesting setup. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. I'm probably just going to get rid of them. Let's just crack all these loose quick while it's on the ground. Make this a lot easier. And I was going to use my impact for all this. Figured I'll make it easy. I'll get the 1/2-inch impact out. But apparently, Snap-on batteries do not like sitting for a couple of years without being used. And when I tried to charge it, it's just throwing a fault code. So I need new batteries or a new impact. Okay. Let's see if I can get the frame rail in one shot. Yeah, that'll work. Go with that one there. I know the old saying is always safety third, but I don't feel like having a car fall on me today. And it seems, oh, okay, so I can't tell if that's tie rod movement or not, but I'm pretty sure that wheel bearing is really loose. Let's get this off, see what we're dealing with. least all these studs broke loose easy enough. Whoops. Really not a fan of these unilug style wheels. It's just asking for trouble. But after looking at this, if I'm going to get tires put on the original wheels, I'm going to have to get new lug nuts too. Because obviously these lug nuts are just for these wheels. I don't know how well you can see it, but they're specifically set up to fit this steel unilug. Actually, I'm not even sure these are steel wheels, now that I think about it. Well, no, they must be because they're rusting. Never mind. Alright. What do we have? A center cap that is annoying. Oh, that is a Sears branded bias ply tire, if that tells you how old that is. I can't believe they still hold air. Oh yeah, that wheel bearing is way loose. Alright. Well, let's pop this cap off. Boy, this may be worse off than I thought it was. You know, and in all honesty, whoops, there went the cutter key. This may be part of the reason why this car got parked in the first place. Because, yeah, back in the 80s, with the whole farm crisis and everything going on, money was tight for a lot of people. So when cars broke down, they couldn't afford to fix them. Which is really unfortunate because a lot of these cars are not in that bad a shape that were parked. Although I will say this right now, I'm glad I didn't order brake drums from Rock Auto. Because looking at their brake drums, it said front or rear, doesn't matter. And I can tell you right now, front and rear definitely matters on something like this one. Considering the front brake drum has the wheel bearing in it, the rear one obviously does not. Boy, that grease is hard. Oh, you don't just have, that's the inner race to the wheel bearing. Can't tell if it, I think it could just completely broke off. No, that's gonna suck because that's gonna mean that, oh, maybe I can get it in there enough to hold it. Because I don't want all of those balls going everywhere. Come off of here nicely. And stay together for me. Alright. There's two bearings in here. The outer one is shot. The inner one is probably shot as well. That dust seal doesn't look bad. I'm surprised. These brakes actually don't look terrible. And there's still quite a bit of life left in the shoes. The drum's not all rusty. I'll see if I can get the camera over here in a second. And show you guys. So I've got new shoes. I believe I ordered new springs. I have to recheck. I ordered rebuild kits for all of these wheel cylinders rather than replacing them. Ordered a rebuild kit for the master cylinder. I've ordered new brake hoses. I mean, these don't look like they're in that bad a shape, but when it's been sitting for 40 years, I don't want to trust it. This one's got a little bit of cracking on it. And this is the first time I've been in here, so overall, it is not too bad. Set that down. All right, let me grab camera in a second. Show you what I'm seeing here. So, got a ball bearing on the inside of the drum. I mean, there's a lot of life left in that, but I'm still gonna change them because I don't feel like having issues stopping. But the inside of the drums look really good. I might take those and have them turned, or I may just clean them up a little. But there's that outer bearing, and that inner race is somehow it's staying in there right now, but it's definitely broke and wore out. So, but that's not bad. I'm gonna see if I can get this all apart, and then yeah, I'll probably get it apart, the brakes off of it at least, and then we'll go and work on the rear. Let's see if with the tools that I have available at the moment, I can get this apart. That ain't gonna work. Spring's got more tension on it than I thought it would. Been a while since I've done drum brakes, so. Okay, let's just go for. Let's see if I can just get this clip off of here. Okay, there's one. Pin out of the backside. Unfortunately, this is one of those things I don't exactly know if the kit came with, or if the kit is coming with new hardware. As far as these spring clips go, but save them just in case. And my philosophy with these old cars is, if you're going to drive them, keep spare parts, because you never know when something's going to go wrong. Hoping to just pry this off here. There we go. Hopefully that stays in there. I really need to get the proper tools for drum brakes. Because I was hoping to just pop that off, but it's not going to. There we go. There's one. Let's see. There we go. Overall, not bad. That down there. I know the kits didn't come with these, so definitely hold on to those. But I do have new rubbers for this coming, and new seals and everything. So we will move on to the back, which, now that I look at it, I gotta jack up a little farther to get that wheel off, but that's okay. So yeah, there's one drum assembled on a, or disassembled on a 54 Bel Air. Alright, jacked it up a little more. We're gonna see. I already cracked this wheel loose, so all we gotta do now is get it off here. I also came to the conclusion while doing this, I'm pretty sure the parking brake is only working on the other side. I've released the parking brake, but I noticed as I was jacking this one up, I was able to spin the tire with the parking brake set. But I know the parking brake's holding the car, so it must just be the other wheel that's actually working. I don't know if you guys saw that, but as soon as I loosened this one up a little more, that wheel moved a ton. Which makes me worried that these rims don't actually fit the hubs like they're supposed to. No, I guess technically there's nothing for it to grab onto. All right. I'm not sure how to get this one off of there. Never done rear brakes, or, well, any brakes for that matter, on something this old, so. But it doesn't seem like the drum comes off of those studs. Which is interesting. Also, something else that's interesting is somebody, at one point or another, made a homemade coilover to put on here. I don't know if the shocks just gave out, or if maybe that clamp right here has maybe slipped and it's not compressing the spring anymore. They may have just done that to rake it up in the back. I mean, I know the 70s and 80s they did that a lot, so it's a good possibility, but yeah, I'm not sure how that one comes off of here, so I gotta do some digging here a second, and I will be back in a minute. Okay, so brakes are not going as planned. I do not have the necessary tools at the moment to get the rear drums off. So what I'm going to do, I have ordered a water pump for this, new belt. Probably going to have to order a new generator. I may be able to rebuild this one, but I'll have to get it apart and find out. So I'm going to take the water pump off right now. I also ordered new thermostat. I need to get heater hoses because obviously this one's broken and they're all hard and dry rotted, so that's on the list. Whoops. It would help if I put the right side socket on though. So let's, and for future reference, I have not cracked any of these bolts loose before. Just goes to show how well some of this old stuff still wants to come apart. Although that doesn't want to move very well, but good enough. Of course, now that I think about it, I probably should have taken this fan off before cracking the belt. Squirrel brain doing squirrel brain things. But again, luckily, everything just seems to come loose. Even when I did the carburetor, All the flare fittings came off. Same with the fuel pump. I haven't had anything give me trouble so far. Not like you would think something of this era that's been sitting for this long would. Of course, they seem loose, and they're not loose enough. So yes, I did put the front wheel back on it temporarily, even without the brakes on, just to be able to get it down on the ground so I can do this. There we go. Garbage belt. I don't think. No, that pulley is fixed on there. Looks like it's pressed on. Can't imagine trying to do this with a radiator in place. I mean, there's not a lot of room in the front of this engine to begin with. But with the radiator in, I don't know, I'd say there's less than an inch between that fan and the radiator itself. I'm really curious to see what it looks like inside of here. I know the little bit of antifreeze it did have in it did not look very promising, to say the least. I'll probably end up buying some radiator flush or something like that to help clean the block out. And it's gone. Not really. It hit the floor, or hit the ground. Now, who knows? These water pumps may be able to be rebuilt, but I just bought a new one just to be safe. Did I miss a bolt? No. Why are you stuck? It does not seem to want to come off. Hold on. Let's try a little light persuasion. Oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, judging by that, this water pump would be rebuildable. I don't know how well it'll show, but there's these two screws here. Pull this plate off, and then you can get in there, service it. And it really doesn't look terrible. I mean, the bearings are the biggest problem with it. But I believe I'll just go with the new one. Really, inside the block right here at least, doesn't look bad. Other than, everything being caked. I might try to clean that up yet before I put this all back together. Yeah, look at that. That's a lot. There's so much grease on this engine. Old dinosaurs. Gotta love it. Yeah, I'll end up cleaning this all up, or at least somewhat cleaning this up before I go back together with it. I don't want a whole bunch of grease all over this thing anymore. And also, if I get it cleaned up, it'll be easier to see if I've got any leaks and where they're coming from when I do start driving this. But I think that's probably going to be about it for this video. Yeah, I got brakes coming. Those will be here later this week, probably either Tuesday. Well, no, early this week. I think part of the brake stuff is coming is Tuesday. So once all that stuff starts showing up, I will do another video putting it all together. Yeah, new water pumps coming. I will do another video on tearing apart the rocker arm assembly and cleaning that up, trying to get it to get oil through it again. Also, on a plus side, my dad has two 57 Chevy pickups. Both have the 235s in them. One of them's missing the head and everything above that. The other one, I think it has the head and the rocker arms. So if needed, I can steal parts off of that because he's not using those engines for anything. I'm also going to, I talked to him, I'm going to take pretty much everything off those engines that I can use for this generator, distributor. I'll probably take just so I have a spare. Might pull a fuel pump. And I may or may not pull both of those transmissions out of those two trucks because they're both 3-speeds. But that will all be later on. And for now, this will be the end of the video. Thanks everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you know anybody that has parts for one of these, try and get a hold of me. I believe my email is I'll put my email in the description of this video. That way anybody can get a hold of me with parts. Yeah, past that, thanks everybody, and we'll see you in the next one.